Recording in progress.
Good afternoon, all of you. Are you getting my voice clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the yesterday's lecture, we already had learned about the details of the syllabus of GS paper 4 of Union Public Service Commission. In this lecture, we are going to analyze the section A of your question paper of ethics, integrity and aptitude, in which the theoretical concept regarding the ethics, integrity and administrations are provided to you, and the demand of the question is that you should be very dynamic in nature while writing the answers of the ethics paper. Okay, let me discuss about that. Can anyone tell me regarding the syllabus of the GS paper 4? Which topics are included by UPSC? Let me revise that. Yes, Shital. Which topic are included?
Sir, section A and section B wise सांगायचे का?
Yes, of course. You can start. What are the topics of section A?
Sir, ethics and human
Absolutely right. Ethics and human interface, human values, aptitude, attitude,
intelligence,
emotional intelligence. Yes,
ethical issues in international relation.
ethical issues in international relations. Absolutely right.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely right. These issues are included in your section B part of ethics, integrity and aptitude. Let me discuss about the actual question paper. I already had told you that 125 questions asked on the 125 marks are allotted for section A, which comprises with the 12 to 13 questions in your question paper. So question cum answer booklet is provided to you, and for each question you are provided 2 blank pages if the question belongs to 150 words, and 3 to 4 pages are provided to you if they ask the writing of the questions answer in 250 words. Let me discuss about the actual question paper of the UPSC GS paper 4. While going to the mains paper or facing the mains paper, you must read the guidelines provided by the UPSC. What guidelines provided to you on your front page of the question paper? Let me discuss about that. Are you getting? Is it visible, Shital? This page is visible to you or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the times allotted is 3 hours. So for the section A, you can complete the topic of 12 to 13 questions. Minimum time allotted is 1.5 hour for section A. You can write down the section A in first 150, 130 means 1.30 hours. You can complete the 1.5 hours the section A. Okay. There are 12 questions divided into 2 sections printed both in Hindi and English. Means the question provided to you is bilingual in nature. So the question, every question is asked to you in both of language. So if you are comfortable in English language, you can go with English language. If you are comfortable in Hindi language, you can go with the Hindi language. Any language you can opted for writing the question paper, you can write down in that medium. Okay, so you can write down the questions or the answers in any medium which is allotted, the language prescribed in the means 22 language are prescribed in Indian Constitution. You can opt for that for writing the mains paper. Okay. So all questions are compulsory. The numbers of marks carried by the questions or the part is indicated against it, means in front of it. The answer must be written in the medium authorized in the admission certificate, which must be stated clearly on the cover of this question cum answer booklet in the space provided. Means when you are opted for the mains examination and you select the medium of language of the answer in your admission certificate, you must write down the answers in the medium which you already prescribed in the UPSC admission certificate. Okay, no other language can be entertained by the UPSC. Next one, no marks will be given for the answers written in a medium other than the authorized one. So you can, whatever the language, the medium of the language you already had opted in your admission certificate for the mains examination, you must write down the answers in the prescribed medium. If you write down, if you opted for English medium and you give the answers in the question answer sheet in the Hindi language, so you cannot be entertained by the UPSC. Okay, keep the word limit indicated in the question in mind. So if the question, the demand of the question is 150 words, there shall not be exactly 150 words. You can arrange your answer in the given prescribed space provided by UPSC. That's the matter. Okay, so you should always keep in mind that your answer will be short, suggestive in nature, indicative in nature, and it has more thoughts rather than the raw material. So any page or the portion of the page left blank in the question cum answer booklet must be clearly struck off. So any space which is, or any page portion which is left blank, it means that there is no answer written on it, so it can be cut off. Are you getting the instructions provided by UPSC? Any questions regarding the instruction provided or the guidelines provided by UPSC? Any questions regarding that, Sheetal? Okay, let me move forward. In this lecture we are going to discuss about this section A. Section A consists of the concept of ethics, integrity and aptitude. Regarding some ethical issues are there, and it is discussed by the UPSC with you. So it is a communication like paper. So you must focus on the writing provided in the question paper also. Let me move forward. This is the mains examination of 2021, and the first question is asked: identify 5 ethical traits on which one can plot the performance of the civil servant, justify their inclusion in the matrix. Which ethical traits which can one plot the performance of civil services? While writing this paper, you must understand the language or the science behind the question. They already asked us the ethical traits as well as how it perform the plot as working as a civil servant. So there is dual question asked in your paper. So you must write down the ethical traits which must be necessary in the civil servant, and second, how it increases the performance of the civil servant. So there are 2 plots of this question. Justify. What is the meaning of the justify? When we justify some statements, what is the meaning of the justify? How can we justify a statement? By giving more examples. By giving more examples. Are you getting, Sheetal? So the demand of the question is to give the situations. You must provide the situation or the examples regarding the ethical traits and the performance of the civil servant. So just tell me which ethical traits are provided. What is the demand of the question? That you can write down the question also, and I am giving you the plot or the main body of the question. What is the demand of the question? Let me discuss about that. Are you getting the nature of the question, Sheetal?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can write down some ethical concept or the ethical traits regarding the this question is that an civil servant must be based on the integrity. You can write down the ethical traits: integrity, compassion, objectivity, accountability, selflessness, commitment, dedication, tolerance, responsiveness. These are the ethical traits, and they just ask you to identify the 5 ethical traits. You must put down the points of the 5 ethical traits, and they ask you which one can plot the performance of the civil servant. Means which one of the 5 ethical traits. We cannot say that only one ethical traits can justify the performance of the civil servant. All in collective can perform the performance of the civil servant. They justify their inclusion in matrix. So you can provide the information regarding these points in the format of the examples. In the next few lectures, we are going to discuss the details of that question. So don't worry about that, because in this lecture we are just overviewing the previous year question paper. So that's the that you should not follow all the details. You cannot write down the details. We will see in the future lectures. Okay? Are you getting, Sheetal? Yes.
Sir,
Responsiveness toward the masses means the government or the public servant always have to give the quicker response to the masses rather than the late response to the masses. Means whatever the law and order provided by the government shall be in the responsive in nature. That's the question. Okay, responsiveness means what ability shall or the what services the public servant can provide the masses shall be quicker accessible in nature. That is the response of the administration, means public servant. Okay, we are going to discuss that concept in details in the next few lectures. Don't worry about that. Next question is that identify 10 essential values. So this topic belongs to the topic of a value, human values that are needed to be effective public servant. Okay, you have to only identify, you have to only put down that 10 essential values. Describe the way mean to prevent non-ethical behavior in the public servant. Describe the way and means to prevent non-ethical behavior in public servant. How can we prohibit the non-ethical behavior in the public servant? And we have to identify the 10 essential values. You can write down the 10 essential values. Write down: integrity, impartiality, justice, dedication, empathy, tolerance, objectivity, diligence, responsiveness, honesty, and respect of the law and regulation of the government. Shital, can you repeat all these essential values? Partiality ne impartiality. I am impartiality.
Also impartiality,
Okay.
justice, dedication, empathy, tolerance, objectivity, intelligence, responsiveness, honesty, respect of the law and regulation.
You can correct your values, empathy and diligence. Okay?
Yeah.
Diligence. Describe the way and mean to prevent the non-ethical behavior. Just you identify first what are the non-ethical behavior of the public servant. Can you tell me? What are the non-ethical behavior of a public servant? Can you tell me? When you feel that the government or the public servant is non-ethical, first, when they do not perform their role and responsibility as prescribed by the law. First one. Second, when they engage in the activity of the corruptions and bribery. Third one, unethical behavior means the authoritarian or the head of the department cannot give the response to the masses. Then we can feel that the government is non-ethical, government's non-ethical behavior is that. So we already know that the citizen is the center of the administration. Those administrators do not consider citizen as a center of the administrator. Their behavior changes according to the time, and they consider citizens as not important concept. Citizen as a not important concept or the person. So for a civil servant, the quick responsive shall be there. For the services of the masses, we must control the law and order as an administrator. If we are not performing according to the role and responsibility prescribed by the law or the prescribed by the post duties, means whatever post it may be, there are some duties provided by the law of particular post. So if I am not performing my duty very well, my conduct becomes the non-ethical. So you must have to describe the way and mean to prevent. How can you provide some ethical values to the public servant who behaves in non-ethical culture? Yes, Shital, can you tell me? First one is the training. Through training we can provide the ideals, in service training, pre-service training. Second one, we can provide some extracurricular task for the administrator. Third one, we can provide some trainings regarding the law, regulations and act. And fourth one is that we can provide this values book to the public servant so that it can motivate. And if a government gives the reward to the ethical person's public servant, then I think that my work is always rewarded. So reward system or the confidential report grading system can be upgraded for the ethical values. So I think that I am very potential regarding the work, so I will achieve that reward, the government, the reward decided by the government. So we can provide some ways and means to prevent the non-ethical behavior in the administrator. Getting, Shital? Are you getting? Is there any doubt?
Yes, sir. तुम्ही ते सेकंड स्टेटमेंट मध्ये सांगितलं ना, describe the ways and means to prevent non-ethical.
Yes, yes, yes.
त्यामध्ये सर तुम्ही ज्या आधी सांगितले non-ethical behavior ते मेन्शन करायचे की जे आपण म्हणजे काय करू शकतो ते मेन्शन करायचे त्यामध्ये.
You have to only mention the way and means to provide. I am just asking you कि first we have to understand the concept of non-ethical behavior.
Yes, sir.
So keep that concept in your mind and suggest the way and means to prevent.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
म्हणजे confusion होतो ना.
You must provide only way and means. You should not provide the non-ethical behavior there. Okay. The next question is that what is the impact of digital technology as a reliable source of input for rational decision making is a debatable issue. Means the demand of the question is that the data provided by the digital technology, can we reliable on it for taking rational decisions, or we approach the other things rather than the digital? Means digital data is reliable or not, that is the concept. And next concept is that can we rely on the digital data to take the rational decision, or the decision taken by the digital data is rational or not. Okay, to whom you are approaching, whether digital technology is reliable, authentic, or we can move over the offline data. Yes, Shital.
डिजिटल डाटा पण म्हणजे रिलायबल असू शकतो, पण जेव्हा त्याला म्हणजे सेफ पासवर्ड वगैरे सेफ्टी आणि सिक्युरिटी असेल तेव्हा.
Okay, okay, okay.
त्यासाठी आपल्याला तुम्ही ॲप्स वगैरे असतात त्यामध्ये, आणि ऑफलाईन पण असू शकतो.
Offline पण. Okay, okay.
शकतात आणि दोघं पण असू शकतो.
Okay. You are giving the preference to offline and online data.
Yes.
Okay. If we consider the situations of the COVID, how is there any possibility of the offline data? No. Then we follow what we follow? We follow all the digital data to provide the solution for the issues regarding the COVID situation or the pandemic. So my point is that if it saves the times of the administrator to convey, it is a paperless format. So we also take care of the our pollution also. Okay, we already know that we get the page by cutting the trees. Okay, so we save that in digital technology. And next one is that if the government is approachable toward the masses in a quicker format, there is no alternative of that except the digital technology. So an administrator must have faith in the digital data collected from their inferior or the ground level data. You must have to sort out that, and you can provide other sources with the other variables regarding the digital data provided to you. For example, we already know that in the pandemic situation, we collect the data of the whole country, that how many people get affected by the COVID in a single day. From this, we take some rational decisions. For example, gathering is prohibited, and the vaccines are provided to the masses, in which the part is greater affected. So all this data is possible, means rational decision possible due to the rational data. So rational decision can be taken by the data provided by the digital technology, but an administrator should evaluate. It is the duty of the administrator of the civil servant that the data should be verified, as there are many mean, mode, medium are provided. So as an administrator, you must reliable on the digital technology, as well as the you can evaluate the data in a greater sense by graph, charts, and the experts of our administration suggestions can be taken to approach the data provided by the digital technology. So expert guidance in that particular field, as well as the data collected by digital technology, can grow up to take the decisions of the rational decisions in the government. So you must have to faith on the digital technology. With digital technology is going nowadays in India, that the e-governance, e-offices, so e-connectivity, e-Pathshala, that are all digital technologies are provided by the government for the effective service delivery among the masses. So you must have to faith on direct benefit of transfer, DBT, etc. Okay, are you getting the issues? Are you getting issues, Sheetal?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, what is the meaning of debatable? What is the meaning of debatable? When there is a debate at our home, what happens? We discuss the positive and negative points of that point. So you can provide the pros and cons of the digital technology source here. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Next question is that, beside domain knowledge, means knowledge of a particular field, a public official need innovativeness and creativity of higher order as well, while resolving the ethical dilemmas discussed with suitable examples. The demand of the question is that if you have a domain knowledge, everyone who is aspiring for the main examination is a very scholar in nature, no doubt about that. A public official need innovativeness as well as the creativity of higher order as well, while resolving the ethical dilemmas. Some ethical dilemmas cannot be solved or resolved by only domain knowledge. You have to be innovative in nature. You must have the creativity. You must have some ability of the smartness. If we take the examples of E. Sridharan, do you know the personality? E. Sridharan, innovative engineer. We call it as a metro man of India. Can we think that the train can fly over the bridges? Okay. E. Sridharan, the metro man of India. Okay. So what is the concept? There are thousands and lakhs and crores of engineers in our country, but no one can say that the train can fly over the bridges. So the metro man of India, E. Sridharan, make possible to fly the trains over the bridges. So what we need, when we focus on the country, we find two major problems in India: the problem of pollution and the problem of population. So there are many innovative ideas can be discussed regarding the services of the masses by the administrator if you focus on the innovativeness as well as the creativity of higher order. Getting?
Yes.
Getting, Sheetal? So you must be innovative, dynamic and specialist in your culture while facing the ethical dilemmas. And some the demand of the question is you must provide some examples there. Okay, let me move forward. The question is that what the following sayings means to you. Means some sayings of great leaders, reformers, administrators are provided to you, and you have to elaborate that concept. The saying, great saying of the Dalai Lama, the spiritual leader of Tibet, they provide us a statement: we can never obtain peace in the outer world until and unless we obtain peace within ourselves. So, what is the meaning of that statement? That the inner voice, an administrator should have to read their inner voice, as well as the question belongs to the today's problems of the public, that the mental health of the peoples. So the problem focus in that question is that we must understand or listen the inner voice of our ourselves. So the demand of the question is that when we live in the peace, we can progress unitely. That is the demand. So you have to elaborate, as you elaborate the concept in the essay also, and you must focus on the concept of the peace, outer world, ourselves, and some psychological phenomenon you can discuss there, egotism, whatever it may be. Getting, Sheetal?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me move toward next. Every work has got to pass through 100 of difficulties before succeeding. Those that preserve will see the light sooner or later. Means every work has its difficulties, 100 or 1000 of difficulties. So what is the meaning? The meaning is that perseverance, peace is necessary for the success. You must practicize it. Never let go tendency can provide you up to the light, means the progress of the life. So practice makes man perfect. You should not means failure is the first step of the success. You can tell them, and some works have many more difficulties, because if we focus on the roles and responsibility of administrator, there are thousands of difficulties. The issue of the land, if you want to make a road for people, there are thousands of difficulties. Means land is there, land is not provided by the government, and some issues regarding the infrastructure. There are thousands of difficulties, but one who prevail, those who overcome the thousands of difficulties. So you must be aware regarding the concept of the success and failure, difficulties, and the quote is given by the Swami Vivekananda, the spiritual and the revolutionary leader and youth icon of India, Swami Vivekananda. Next one, life doesn't make any sense without interdependence. We need each other, and the sooner we'll learn that, it is better for us all. Means what is the meaning of it is better for us all? Yes, tell me. unity. The demand of the question is the unity. Okay. Life doesn't make any sense without interdependence. We learn everything by depending on the others. So the interdependence, unity, society, democracy, we have to follow all these questions. Okay. The quote is given by Erik Erikson. I think Erik Erikson is the psychologist of Germany. So society's moral fabrics can be discussed in that topic. Democracy, climate actions, and the various issues regarding the population and pollution can be solved unitely if you come together with world as whole one. So we can at the time of the pandemic, United Nations Organization or WHO giving the guidelines regarding to curb the pandemic in all. So we started the fight with the pandemic by uniting the world across. We provide some vaccines to America, Australia. They provide us some vaccines. So that's the case. We can prevail on any issues if we unite together. That is the case of Erik Erikson. Okay. Erik Erikson is a psychologist who is the follower of Sigmund Freud. Let we provide next question. Attitude is an important component that goes as input in the development of human being. How to build a suitable attitude needed for a public servant? How can we provide attitude for a public servant? We can provide them by following great leaders' philosophies or the sayings. When we read some saying of great leaders, administrators, reformers, we motivate. So motivating for the motivation of the public servant, we must provide some philosophies or the theories provided by the great leaders. Second, the problem solving approach can make or motivate the public administrator in the ethical dilemmas, and these problem solving approach can be provided by the government in pre-service and in-service training. Some patriotic attitude of truth, integrity, nationality can be provided to the public servant so that the attitude can build regarding the public services, and some practicing the compassion for the work and the providing the patriotic role and responsibility, how your work can contributing in the national work. So that's the important attitude can be provided to the public servant. So the demand of the question is attitude as important concept, means you have to elaborate the concept of the attitude and how to build suitable attitude needed for a public servant. What facilities can be provided to the public service by the government so that they can improve their attitude. That is the demand of the question. Getting Sheetal?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just tell me.
Sir, the first line is question. त्यामध्ये फक्त आपल्याला इन्फॉर्मेशन द्यायची.
Yes. Your answer shall be started with the concept of the attitude and how it develops, how it provides inputs to the development of human being. Okay.
इम्पॉर्टंट कंपोनेंट सांगितले तर त्यामध्ये तेच ना वेगवेगळे.
Yes. We will see the important components of the attitude in future lectures of human values and attitude. So don't worry about that. Just understand the demand of the question. Okay, what is the next question is given. In case of crisis of conscience, does emotional intelligence help to overcome the same without compromising the ethical or moral stand that you are likely to follow? Question mark, critically examine. So in this question, the demand of the question is you must know the crisis of conscience. What is the conscience? Conscience is the inner voice of a personality. It is the inner voice of personality. We already learn about the Arjuna has a conscience in Mahabharata, as well as some rules, laws and regulation are provided by the administration. So we have to work according to that. But in some cases, ethical dilemmas, our emotional intelligence get crisis with our conscience, and if, for example, a physically handicapped person comes to you and he is asking for the help from you as a beneficiary of some particular scheme, but according to the law this scheme is not applicable for the disabled people. So what your emotional intelligence or in your inner voice is providing to you, that you must provide beneficiary to the physical handicap in that scheme. But according to the law regulations, no handicap can be provided this scheme. So there is a dilemma of ethical intelligence as well as our conscience, emotional intelligence as well as our conscience. So they provided that critically examine means you have to follow the examples, you have to give examples, and you have to follow the ethical moral stand as well as with the conscience and the emotional intelligence. So this topic belongs to ethical intelligence as well as the morality, means the human value. Okay, are you getting, Sheetal?
Yes sir. Sir, ethical and moral दोघांचा meaning एकच ना?
वेगवेगळे आहेत. हां, both are different because ethics is the contribution of the morals. Okay. Ethics and morality वेगवेगळा आहे. Don't worry about that.
Okay sir.
Okay. Next one is that integrity is a value. Integrity is a value that empowers the human being. Justify with suitable illustration. What do you mean by illustration? You have to provide some discuss with the help of the examples. You must provide examples and illustrate that example. You should not give the details of the integrity. You provide more examples rather than the concept. So what is the integrity? It is the soundness of moral principle. You can write down. What is the integrity? It is the soundness of moral principles. So in this you are justifying the examples, so you must provide the integrity of the personal life, integrity in the public life, integrity in the sport, integrity in the leadership. So soundness of moral principles can be discussed in that topic. So as an administrator, integrity is the most important concept in the ethical issues. You can provide some other valuable justification also there. Yes, Sheetal, we discuss at least I think 10 examples here or 10 questions from the section A of 2021.
Yes sir.
We analyze the question paper thoroughly of section A. We understand the demand of the question and what you have to write. That's the matter. So what the basic you learn from this lecture, just tell me in short. And you also tell me कि which act can be executed and which act can be prohibited while writing these questions, sorry, answers of that questions. काय करायचंय आणि काय नाही करायचंय ते सांगा.
काय सर?
आन्सर लिहिताना काय गोष्टी करायच्या आहेत आणि काय गोष्टी टाळायच्या आहेत ते सांगा. आय एम टॉकिंग अबाउट सेक्शन ए.
सर म्हणजे आधी तर क्वेश्चन डिमांड समजून घ्यायची आणि त्यानंतर आपल्याला कोणते पॉईंट्स लिहायचे जस्ट क्वेश्चनच्या डिमांडनुसार आणि कोणते पॉईंट नाही अंडरस्टँड.
ओके.
म्हणजे कधी एक्झाम्पल द्यायचं, कधी डेफिनेशन द्यायची.
येस.
कधी जास्त मग कोणते पॉईंट टाकायचे, कोणते म्हणजे नाही टाकायचे.
Okay. If the question is started with what,
इंट्रोडक्शन.
so you must provide introduction.
Yes.
If the question is started with examine, you provide the concept as well as illustration. If the question is start with justify,
Example.
you provide some rational examples with their rational decisions or the fact. If the question provide debate, you provide pros and cons, means positive point and negative point. Okay. If there is only statement and they want to elaborate it, then you provide the meaning of the concept given in the statement, as well as you can correlate it with the current issues and dilemmas in the current administration. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all about the ethics paper section A, and I am damn sure that if you follow all the regulations and guidelines provided by UPSC, as well as we discuss in this lecture, I am sure that you can achieve more and more marks after getting the demand of the question. So whatever the question come answer booklet provided, you must fix your answer in the provided space. That is the first case. Second case is that you must focus on the language of the question. First frame out the answer in 1 minute in a suitable structure, and then proceed for the writing in 6 to 7 minutes. So you must complete the writing of your answer in 7 to 8 minutes for one question. Okay, and from these questions we must follow some great leaders, reformers, achievers, or the administrator, because they are saying, we already heard about that saying, but we always follow the Swami Vivekananda, Dalai Lama, Mahatma Gandhi, Erik Erikson. So what is the demand of the hour? You just read that statement and correlate it with the current situations. You find out the examples. So you must always read the newspapers, some motivating books, some spiritual, psychological, philosophical books, so that for the enrichment of your vocabulary in ethics paper. Okay?
सर एक विचारायचं होतं.
Yes.
सर करंट इव्हेंटसाठी म्हणजे कोणते न्यूजपेपर रीड करायचं? इंडियन एक्सप्रेस,
Indian Express, The Hindu, Pratiyogita Darpan, you can follow.
सर ते मॅगझिन्स पण का?
कोणतं मॅगझिन?
सर म्हणजे ते मॅगझिन असतात ना ते फॉलो करायचे की जास्त?
Yes, I am telling you, Pratiyogita Darpan, Yojna,
ओके.
you can follow that.
ओके सर.
Okay, so this is all about the preparations of ethics paper section A. In the next lecture we are going to discuss about the case studies on Monday. So till then, be focused on the preparation, be faithful, be confident regarding the ethical issues which are happening around you. So here we stop our lecture. Thank you.